Welcome to the Viewpoint Ministries podcast. Let's talk about Jesus, streaming every Friday after 9 p.m. I'm so glad you've joined us for another time of reflection in God's Word. This week's episode is hosted by Tennille Gregory, and tonight we're taking a moment to think about the power of something many of us struggle with. Can you guess what it is? Silence. Our focus comes from the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 28. And I read, "Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent." In a world filled with constant noise, opinions, and quick responses, this Bible verse reminds us that sometimes the wisest thing we can do is to simply pause and be quiet. So the title of today's devotion is The Wisdom of Silence. The book of Proverbs is filled with practical wisdom for everyday living. And this Bible verse offers a lesson that is both simple and powerful. It tells us that even someone who lacks wisdom can appear wise if they choose to remain silent. Why is silence so powerful? Because words carry so much weight. When we speak without thinking, we can easily say something hurtful, foolish, or unnecessary. Many conflicts begin with words spoken too quickly and without reflection. But when we pause before speaking, we give ourselves time to think, pray, and consider whether our words will build up or actually tear down. Silence can protect us from embarrassment. It can even prevent argument. It also creates space for listening, something the Bible encourages again and again. Listening helps us to understand others and to discern what God may be saying in the moments. Silence does not mean weakness. It often shows maturity and self-control. When we choose not to respond in anger, when we resist the urge to prove ourselves the one to be right, we actually demonstrate wisdom that reflects God's character. Sometimes the most powerful response is not a clever comeback or a strong opinion, but instead a quiet spirit that trusts God. So today, consider this question. Are my words bringing wisdom, or would silence serve better in this moment? When we learn to control our tongues, we grow in wisdom and allow God to guard our conversations. Thank you for joining us tonight on Viewpoint Ministries podcast, Let's Talk About Jesus. Remember, we stream every Friday after 9 p.m., bringing encouragement and biblical insight for your walk with Christ. We're grateful, and we thank God for his wisdom and guidance. As you go through your week, remember Proverbs 17:28. Sometimes wisdom isn't found in saying more, it's found in knowing when to say less. So until next time, keep the faith, keep seeking God's wisdom, and keep talking about Jesus. Have a good night. God bless.